Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and mute myself, and whenever you're ready, Janet, I'll give you a courtesy note right before wrap over chat.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Hi, Asher. So congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
Yeah, so describe how this project came to you.
So I was in post on another film that's coming out actually a month later called Slayers. And my producing partner, Daniel, had the script and had already kind of talked to Thomas about it a little bit. And Thomas and I had a great time working together. And so it was suggested that maybe I come on. I was sort of wrapping up post and really wanted to jump into another movie right away. I read the script and really responded to the material, specifically the father and daughter stuff and the concept. And then it went very fast. They were looking for the other lead. I knew Emil through friends, and I had a conversation with him. He had a couple of thoughts. He's very, very smart and understands scripts and kind of characters and stuff, and very cerebral actor. And so we talked a lot, and I came up with a sort of different spin on the character, which he loved and said he would commit to the movie if I kind of went back and retooled and did a director's pass. So that version is what you see today, which is Emil and Liana. Before, it was not sort of lovers on the run. It was a little bit more ex-cop vibe. And so that was a part of the movie that we kind of worked on together. I contributed. And once I had the sort of vibe on that, then we just got to the desert and started shooting.
So how long it sounds like the project came to you pretty quickly.
Very fast.
Okay. And then were you working the pre-production process during all of this, or so just tell me about the pre-production process.
Yeah, so basically I was editing Slayers in end of January. I was kind of helping to produce this one. And then at the beginning of February, it became something where I was like, I actually would love to direct it. And, there was a director we were talking to, but it didn't really make sense. And so I jumped in. We were making the movie by April. So it's very fast. Wow. I did about a week of rewrites. I started as a screenwriter, and when I do rewrites, I tend to do them in a kind of crazy manner where I just lock myself in a room for a week and drink a lot of coffee and do 14-hour bends. And everybody loved the rewrite. And then we got Emil locked in, and then I loved Liana from other work I'd seen of hers, so I went directly to her agent. And then I did kind of a casting session-y things because we didn't really have a lot of money. So I interviewed, I did a lot of screen tests, but I really just wanted Liana. And she really blew us away, even more so than I thought. We got Liana, and I had just shot in New Mexico right before it, not in Las Cruces, but in Albuquerque, so I knew the terrain. And these are my favorite kind of movies. So I really didn't need to prep very much. I knew exactly where to put the camera. I knew exactly what I wanted.
Was the film made during COVID?
Yeah, I've made 3 movies during COVID.
Wow, congratulations. And
yes.
it looks like, it has the feel of, even though there's this, the storyline clearly shows that, it could have been not COVID, but there is that feel to it,
Yeah, I would say I wouldn't classify it as a COVID movie per se at all, but what I would say is it's a small film. It's really about the performances, and there's a handful of action scenes, but it certainly helped that we were out on a ranch in the middle of nowhere, and actors really couldn't go and mess around, and neither could the crew. And I kind of on purpose, just because luckily I like shooting splits and nights. And so when you like shooting splits and nights, then it's relatively hard for people to contract COVID when they're not going anywhere. And especially after the first few days, everybody just is tired then, and they just kind of become machines. And we all work for the greater good of the project. So, we were lucky. It wasn't a long shoot. It was 14 days. And we all just sort of put our heads down and wanted to go make a really special film, which I think we accomplished.
So tell me about the filmmaking process. You said 14 days, how many hours? just explain from start to finish.
I don't want to make it sound like it was easy, but I guess, you know, I've done a lot of productions, some of them better than others, some of them more on the young person side. I guess having the chance to work with four incredible actors and then being able to rehearse with them in LA for a couple weeks before, which is very unique for a genre film like this. We kind of, you know, rehearsed it like it was a play. So when we got there, we didn't really have a lot of changes. I mean, aside from a couple, you know, dialogue and stuff, I like to scream between takes and change things and tell I'm an old fashioned movie director. I like to have conversations while we're filming. You know, tell the camera to move when I see something that doesn't work. I don't do notes afterwards, and it's a constant conversation between cast and crew while I'm filming. I think that was helpful for this movie, and we didn't really go into overtime very much. We all kind of were just locked in, and I shot a lot. As you saw, it's not like these scenes are like oneers or anything, and it's not like there's a heavy blocking element to it. I mean, I do my master shots, but aside from that, I love coverage, and I shoot a ton of it.
Sure. Now, you just said that you had 2 weeks of table reads.
It was not table reads. We did not do table reads. In fact, I learned that from Emil because I'd done table reads in the past, and he's like, I don't like table reads. Let's just do scene work. And Thomas, because I'd worked with him before, and because Thomas's daughter was in it, was very excited about the idea of just basically sitting and breaking the script together, working on scenes. And so we had sessions. I mean, it was really like a play. I mean, we had 9 sessions and did with different actors. I did some with Justin, Emil, and him, and then I did Liana and Harlow. I did Liana and Emil. I did all of them together. We worked at my place. We worked at Emil's place. We worked at Thomas's place, and we kind of loved every moment of it. I'm a director's actor. I started as a failed child actor. I went to Lee Strasberg. I did a lot of theater. And although this is a genre film, hopefully people, what resonates is the performances.
Definitely. So what surprised you most about making this project?
That it was good. I mean, I don't want to be self-effacing, but I'm 42. I've been making movies since I was 20, and it's taken a long time for me to figure out how to make a good movie.
Okay, so if you had a memorable moment, what was your memorable moment about the entire process?
That's a really good question. Well, I think I don't want to spoil anything, but there's the big finale has a big thing with the truck. I'm sure you've seen the film at this point.
Yes, I have.
And can't believe it. We pulled it off. It looked really good. I think that was probably my most memorable moment because it was like, holy crap. Like we managed to make a very large, very cinematic action sequence in a very small film.
Absolutely.
And we did that a couple times in the movie. There's a scene with an inspector in the middle that is very much elevated past the budget, which is literally about $1.5 million. And then obviously there's a pretty dramatic opening sequence that required some ingenuity. There's a big chase scene in the middle of it that does not look like a film that had no money.
Yeah, it actually the beginning of it was really surprising. I felt like, that could be anybody.
Right. Totally. It's a very it was, and that, by the way, that was in the original script, and was really striking. I think that was the first, that was, that's the lock. He locks you in. I mean, it's a really evocative section of the film.
Very much so. So tell me, Asher, what's next for you?
Well, prepping 2 movies right now to shoot. One hopefully in the next a little over a month. We have not announced it yet, but it's with people that I've worked with before. And then I'm prepping another film with folks that I've worked with before.
Awesome.
And we'll go back to back on those. I have a teen slasher I've been trying to make for a while that we're trying to figure out how to set up. It's just something I've always wanted to do. And then I'm currently in post on a film I did with Emil afterwards with Tyrese Gibson Annabelle Dexter-Jones, and a bunch of great young actors. Dylan Galula, who was in Shithouse, and that's coming out through Redbox later in the year.
Awesome. It sounds great. Well, congratulations on DIG. I thought it was action packed and I didn't realize it was, such a limited budget, low budget. It looks, big budget,
I
big
appreciate
screen,
that.
theatrical. I wish you the best on it.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much. Have a great
Yep.
day.
Thank you so much, Janet.
You're more than welcome. Have a great day.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.